How's everyone doing? Good. All right. So I met you guys yesterday for those of you that were in the panel that we did, but for those that weren't, my name is Heather Deggans, and I have the distinct pleasure of running our go-to-market team for the Americas. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, is how do we go to market together? So when I look at our group, we cover all solution areas, we cover all partner types, and we cover all customer segments. So it's pretty broad in that. I will tell you this fiscal year, we had a big pivot in strategy in the go-to-market team. So if I look in the past, we probably focused about 80% of our time and resources on the enterprise customer. We made a massive shift this year to focus much more heavily on SMB and SMCC, our mid-market. We still care about our enterprise customers, but the company looks to us to really help partners in that segment, especially SMB. To the point of 60% of my partner marketers are ring-fenced to the SMB customer segment. And 100% of what we do is through partner. I do no direct to customer marketing. It's all through partner. So what my team wakes up every day is thinking about is how do we empower our partners? How do we make it easy for you? How do we connect you to the narrative and the resources that we have so that we can mutually go and serve our customers together? So with that, what I'm going to talk through today is how many times have you guys heard the word AI? Well, it's going to continue. So we're going to talk about the opportunity with AI and some of our go-to-market best practices as it relates to that. So we'll kind of dive in from that perspective. First, if we go to the next slide, hopefully you guys have seen this quote before, partners make more possible. Microsoft has always been and always will be a partner-led organization. Even when we think about those enterprise customers, it might be led by the Microsoft team, but it's very strongly supported by partners. When we think about mid-market and SMB, we as Microsoft will never have enough full-time employees to meet the total addressable market out there. So it is 100% a partner-led organization. So we want to have you guys at the front and feel empowered by us and then be supported by Microsoft, whether it's through digital resources, in person or such like that. So when we think about how we empower partners, it's really around accelerating time to market, helping you guys with the narrative and the connection, and hopefully generating leads through some of our engines that we have for you, and really giving you access to the marketing programs and services that we have. We understand that each of you might not have a robust marketing team, but you have marketing focus on how you're going to market. And so we want to try to make it as easy as possible for you. When we talk about that SMB focus with the team, I think Jose and some others have mentioned it, but I put some stats on here on my version of this. What we see this year, the total addressable market for the Americas SMB market is 371 billion with a B, $billion opportunity. So it is ripe for all of us. We think that there's about 15 million small and medium business customers. Again, that's a lot of opportunity that we as Microsoft will never be able to go and capture. So that's why we need our partners so much. We also see SMB as the fastest growing customer segment. So that again is why the company is really shifting our strategy to say, let's go capture that total addressable market. Let's contact those 15 million customers and really help this segment to continue to grow. And the last stat that I'll give you is 82% of Microsoft's revenue in the SMB market is run through partners. So 82% of our revenue comes through partners for this segment. So if that doesn't tell you how important you are to us and our strategy, then I'm not sure what does. There's tons of opportunity there. So if we go to this slide, you may have seen this this week or if in other avenues, but AI has basically changed the landscape of our customers. And I know I'm preaching to the choir on that one. You guys are all aware of it. You've heard it this week. When we look at, we believe Microsoft is at the forefront of the technology wave. And so really it's trying to look at how do we harness the opportunity with AI in there. We feel like AI opens the door for us to have business discussions where, as Microsoft, we may sometimes get relegated to IT. We want to use this as an opener to actually have use cases around AI that by industry, by persona, we talked a little bit about that yesterday. And the stat that you'll see on here is as we've polled our customers and partners, 87% of them think that AI can give them a competitive advantage against, their competitors. And so if we look at this, we want to help our customers imagine what that looks like, obviously with you. When we talk to our customers directly about what their expectations are for AI transformation, it's really around 4 specific areas. One is how do they enrich the employee experience, which we're going to dive into these a bit more. How do they reinvent the customer engagement? How do they reshape business processes? And how are they bending the curve of innovation? So let's dive into each of these. And we've done a ton of market research on this. And oops, going backwards, I think. There we go. When we talk about diving into employee productivity and how they can really enhance the employee experience and hopefully thus improve job satisfaction, retention, and things of that sort, they're really looking at how can AI help their employees have personalized insights? How can they help them do intelligent automation? How can they help them find information easier? I don't know about you guys, but there's some amazing opportunities in Copilot to be able to connect. I know Jose was just walking you through some of those. So when we look at it, it's how do we fully empower employees of our customers to be more productive, to be able to serve their customers better, and hopefully, like I said, have a little bit more job satisfaction because they're spending more time less on the mundane task and more time on the strategy that they're trying to drive with their customers. Okay, so I think we're on the wrong slide. Anyways, so reinvent customer engagement. So when we look at this, it's really around leveraging AI analytics, predictive modeling. So when we think about from a customer perspective, anticipating their needs and AI helping us to do that so we can have more relevant conversations with them in a more timely fashion. They see us as true strategic business partners with that. So customers are asking for this as well. When we look at organizations looking at those tailored experiences for customers versus sort of the vanilla way that we reach out to them. So I'll keep going while they get through that. So the third one, I know the slide's not up there, but the third one was reshaping business process. So when we think about it, all of us could use improvement. Us, you, and our customers could use improvement on business processes. How do we automate things? How do we connect our tools and processes and drive efficiency with that? Customers are looking to us of how can AI help them do this? When we think about it, it's the benefits to customers. It's really around streamlining processes. It's around cost savings. All of those pieces that they're looking for us to build the story around. And then the fourth one was around the curve of innovation. So using things like machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision to basically help our customers innovate. And again, get that competitive edge that 87% of them think that AI can really help them to achieve. So what does this mean for partners? So if we go back, so yeah, now you can go back to the Glacier slide. Sorry, I think we got out of order. All right, so what does this mean for partners? So customers are really excited. We obviously are very excited. So what does it mean for you? We see it as a huge opportunity to be able to differentiate yourselves and to be that trusted advisor and strategic partner to our customers. It's really around how do we help our customers not start from a blank piece of paper, but how can we together bring use cases, again, by industry or persona or things like that, in each of those 4 areas? How do they make their employees more productive? How do they know their customers better and have more of a relevant conversation with them? And so as we look through this, we want to help and empower you. So there's a lot of things that I'll get into that we're doing around enablement and skilling and training and resources that we want to really empower you with on that. And this basically represents all the different opportunities that we think we see: operation, security, cloud scale, all of that. But it's really that we're just at sort of the tip of the iceberg, and when we're having these conversations with customers, and so we think that there's a ton of opportunity once you open up the door to that AI conversation to really get much deeper. With that, as I've talked to customers, the feedback has been, we're really excited. AI is definitely the buzzword out there, but it's also a little scary. There's a lot of things coming out at very, very rapid pace. We don't necessarily understand everything. They're a little bit, well, maybe a lot worried about their data and how do they have governance with that. So we want to work together with you because we feel joint accountability between you, our MSPs, and us to provide those governance rails and the guidance and really helping our customers to feel secure as they embark on this AI journey. So we'll go into the next slide. This is sort of the meat of the conversation around go-to-market best practices. So some of these may seem very obvious, but when we think about how do we empower our partners to really go to market with the best resources to serve our customers, this is sort of the 5-step block that we go down. So the first one is knowing your superpower. So we want to give you the opportunity to really differentiate and create that that unique value proposition. You guys all know your businesses. You know what makes you special in those superpowers. What we want to try to do is help you with resources that we can really evangelize that. We actually have agencies that will actually go through and potentially look and talk with you to create what we call a superpower slide. We use that as sort of a talking point when we look through how our partners engage with our customers. The second one is really, we've talked about it, industry expertise. The next panel is going to be an industry panel. We think that industry is absolutely a differentiator when we have conversations with customers. It opens up this whole avenue that makes us even more relevant if we're speaking to them in their terms. So how many of you guys go to market or have an industry focus? Oh, great. So there are a lot of folks. So what we're trying to do is connect you. We would love to connect you to the Microsoft industry narrative so that we are coming together. And again, when we talk about the superpower piece of it, is you're partnering with this industry narrative to really say what is your unique value prop around that you can serve with your customers. And so we have resources that can help you do that. For example, one is, I mentioned this, I think yesterday, we have monthly industry calls. They're called Partner Knowledge Exchange. And we do it for our 7 top industries that we focus on. And it is an open forum where you can come into this call, you can learn about the Microsoft narrative, you can learn about what we're hearing from customers, you can learn about upcoming resources that are available to you specific to that industry, so that, again, hopefully we're empowering you and making it a bit easier as you then layer on what is your distinct value prop around that. The next one, leading innovation as a trusted advisor. This really is one that we think is AI is really, really going to help us on this. So while I'll speak from Microsoft's behalf, while we have very strong ties with our CIOs, which are incredibly important, we want to use AI to open up the discussion to more of the business leaders holistically. So when we think about Jose was just talking about Copilot. So there's lots of different versions of Copilot. It goes across all of our solutions. If you think about Biz Apps, Modern Work, Security, and Azure. But if we go in and we're talking about pointed solutions around Copilot with that solution area, it's not necessarily, we don't think, going to resonate as well as it could with the business leaders. So we're actually trying to take it up a level and say, what could AI do for your business? What could Copilot specifically do for your business? And presenting that end-to-end story. And then where we see the customer has some energy around, we can parachute down into that specific area or that specific version of Copilot versus starting there. And so if we're looking at this as an opportunity, again, to really open up the conversation with our BDMs. So then if we look through invest in marketing, so obviously I'm a little biased here, running our marketing organization, but when we think about the go-to-market strategy, obviously once you have your value prop, your sellers and technical team are enabled and ready to go. You maybe have an industry veneer on that again, increases relevancy. We need to share it with our customers. And so what we're looking at is how do we make that easier for you? So we have some things. There's a partner marketing center that basically all of you can tap into, and it has PowerPoints, it has value props, it has case studies, it's got all kinds of things that you can actually take. There's opportunities to co-brand them, so with your organization and Microsoft, and take them to the customer. And so, as we're looking through this, we're looking at how do we connect you guys to the content, the campaigns, and the resources to make marketing even easier for all of you. So we will follow up from this with resources and links to all of those. So there's a partner marketing center, there's a digital marketing center we can just grab and go. So we'll make sure that you guys have that again through the follow-up from this event. And then lastly is change management. So when we think about the AI journey, it is driving significant change within, the way that we're going to market, probably the way you're going to market, and the way that our customers are going to realize value and serve their customers. And so when we look at this, we do think that there's a change management piece of this that we all should feel accountable to. I mentioned earlier the data governance and sort of guardrails for how customers can control what happens with their data, how they can serve up the best things to their employees to be able to, again, increase that productivity. So what we're looking at, I've mentioned it a few times, is use cases. So again, not starting from a white piece of paper. How do we actually serve up? These are the 7 best things that from an AI use case that our retail customers are telling us they want. And then really kind of developing those, handing them off to you, you being able to, again, put your layer on top of it of why it's unique to your specific business, and then being able to go to market to, those 15 million SMB customers that we have out there. With the AI also, one of the pieces is we're trying to provide a lot of skilling, as I mentioned, enablement and skilling, but not just to our partners, but also answering questions to our customers to take some of that burden off of you. And so when we look at, we're also enabling and skilling our own employees. As we talked about, this AI innovation is coming out so fast. We're going to be in this rapid pace of learning over the next, who knows, 12 to 18 months, maybe longer. And so as we look through that, how are we really skilling our employees and then sharing that with you, both from a sales and technical perspective. We're also looking at a couple different layers in addition to sales and technical. How do we have marketing enablement? How do we have customer success enablement? And really looking at those 4 pillars and making the resources available to you, and then also to our customers. As I mentioned, the feedback that we're getting is it's really exciting, but can be scary. They want to be trained. They want to be able to understand what this means for their business. So as we're looking through that, making those resources available, and then providing implementation guidance too, to really look at the step-by-step of, we've got a use case, we've got an interested customer, we know how we're going to drive the governance, and we've done the skilling. Now what is the implementation guidance that, again, we can provide to make things go a little bit smoother across the board? So basically, in conclusion, we think that AI is really going to unlock new opportunities for us. I think it's even going to unlock opportunities that we don't see today. I think there are brand new markets that are going to be made out of this. Erwin and I were chit-chatting a month or so ago. He's like, if I didn't work for Microsoft, I would go and start a partner organization that was in a very niche industry and go and empower that by AI. And there's just tons of opportunities, and it could be markets that we don't see even out there today. So we're very excited about it. We want to go on this journey with you. We do not believe in any case that we can do it by ourselves. We believe our technology is really, really, again, at the forefront, but we need partners to make it come alive for our customers. And so, we're going to go on this journey together, and we're going to try to empower as much as we can with you, and we want your feedback. So we host MSP roundtables. We've got obviously a lot of sessions here today and yesterday. Your feedback is critical on what you need and how we can really serve you to empower those customers. So keep it coming. We're all going to learn a lot over the next 12, 18 months and longer. So keep that feedback coming. This is I saw a couple people taking a picture, but this is a way to, again, hopefully accelerate success and really staying connected so that you are able to use the resources that we have to maybe take out the first 1, 2, 3 steps and be able to grab something and go to market even quicker. Um, One of the most important things is the Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program. So it is our one and only partner program at Microsoft. It is where we are driving partners to go and get designations and specializations. The really cool part is the company heard your feedback and our feedback, and they're creating specific SMB designations because we know that the requirements around customer case studies and things like that are going to vary whether you're focusing on an enterprise customer or an SMB customer. And so we're very, very excited around these SMB specific designations. But I would encourage you guys all to look at that very closely because the other thing that the company is trying to do is simplify. So rather than having, tons of programs out there and tons of resources all in different areas, what we're trying to do is tie everything to this foundational Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program. So when you think about benefits, when you think about offers, when you think about things that we can unlock around training and such, all of it will be tied through this, the partner program. So that's why we think it's very, very important for you guys all to explore that with us, and we're happy to answer any questions. Then, as I mentioned earlier, there are several resources that we're trying to make available proactively, and we'll include these in the follow-up too. So I mentioned the Partner Marketing Center. It's where you can go and grab templates and PowerPoints and case studies and all types of things, co-brand it and take it to market to your customers. And we're looking at those both by solution area and then also trying to get more sophisticated in the industry side there. I talked about skilling. So Level Up, hopefully all of you have heard about Level Up, but if you haven't, it is a self-serve training. You can go in there, you can look by solution area, you can look by all types of filters, and it's a self-serve on-demand training that you can basically go and just pull that. Again, really robust in the technical and the sales side. We're trying to get even more from a marketing and a customer success piece. That's a big focus of ours. Cloud Ascent. So if you haven't heard of Cloud Ascent, this is a propensity tool. So of those 15 million SMB customers that I talked about, as Jose said, they're not all the same. They're different maturity levels and things like that. So what we have is an opportunity to match your skill set with customer propensity using these marketing materials and your expertise and unique value prop and going to market like that. The last one is the Digital Marketing Center. So this is more of, as I mentioned, the grab and go, where you can just grab on the fly, less opportunity for co-branding, but you can kind of grab and go and use resources from there. Then lastly, because I know we're running short on time, is staying connected. So this event is amazing, and thank you all for getting on a plane, train, or car to come and spend a couple days with us. But we know it's taking time out of your business and time away from your customers. So while we love the in-person, we can't do it every week. And so what we're trying to do is figure out ways to digitally stay connected with you. So the first thing I would say, and I mentioned this yesterday, if you haven't joined our America's GPS LinkedIn, absolutely do that. So just go search that on LinkedIn. That is where our team is putting as product announcements come out, as we have big events, as we have training opportunities. That is the first place that we post it. And you can join it and stay connected with us and get those LinkedIn alerts as all of that becomes available. We think about it as close to real time as we can possibly get. And then you can see all of these other areas, blogs and the monthly insider call. We would love to have you guys on that. We run it every month. It's the first week of the month and it's on various topics. We usually have around 1,000 partners on those calls. So again, it's a great opportunity for you guys to stay connected, and we line up Microsoft speakers and all of that. So, and then we have specific ones for LATAM because of the language differentiation. So I saw a couple of hands of people that are working in the LATAM business. So we have our Americas, but then we have subset of LATAM just because, again, of the language and the opportunity for you guys to pull down materials that are either in Spanish or Portuguese or whatever it may be. That's all I had today. Thank you guys for spending the time. I'm around the rest of the day. If you want to talk anything go to market, it's my passion. I'd be happy to do that. And I appreciate your time. And I will bring up Nina Harding for our industry panel.